Well, the words tragedy, disaster and catastrophe are overused in sport. The players and officials from Indonesia know only too well their proper meaning. Tonight they must try and play football while their nation grieves once again. Well, as a gesture of solidarity, the Australian team, which shows 8 changes from the side that started against Iraq, have donated their match fees of $1,000 each towards the relief fund, plus $1,000 from any win bonus. So an Australian victory would swell that fund by around the $50,000 mark. Ljubo Milicevic makes his long-awaited debut in a much criticised defence tonight, which also sees Tony Vidmar shifted to right-back. Further upfield, there are starts for John McCain, Luke Wiltshire and Jason Kalina. Miller Stojovski gets reward for his fine cameo on the wing on Saturday, and Ante Milicic leads the line. Goalkeeper Zeljko Kalac, incidentally, is selected in place of Mark Schwarzer and wins his 50th cap. It's the usual 4-3-3 formation, with Emerton and Stojovski linking up with Milicic. I'll bring you their team in a second. We just got a shot of the Australian captain there, Craig Moore, just waiting for his Indonesian equivalent. But the English coach, Peter Withe, for Indonesia, can still count on the craft of captain Ponaro in midfield. And up front, Ilham top scored in the recent Tiger Cup campaign with 7 goals as Withe side made the final. He's partnered by Firman, a fine prospect, but who lacks Boas Salosa's pace. It's a 3-5-2 formation. The 2 captains, Ponaro of Indonesia, who'll be wearing all white tonight, and Craig Moore. A lot of big names, the likes of Mark Schwarzer and Lucas Neal, Tony Popovic, Marco Bresciano, Tim Cahill, who's been suffering a wee bit with the flu this week and is possibly a bit under the weather, so that's maybe why he's on the bench. Scott Chipperfield and John Aloisi. You know all the names by now. In terms of Indonesia, they've only travelled with a fairly small squad, just 18. Perhaps the surprise is that Kurniawan, the number 10, has been left on the bench. He actually played for 2 years in Switzerland with Lucerne and also had a trial with Sampdoria in Italy's Serie A. So we may see him a little bit later on. After the last 12 months having been dogged by injury, there's Ilham for Indonesia. As I say, top scored in the recent Tiger Cup with 7 goals, and that despite being suspended for part of that tournament. He's had a new lease of life under Peter Withe. The previous coach, Ivan Kolev, actually left him out of the Asian Cup squad last year, so he's got something to prove. It's going to be Indonesia to get us underway, and incidentally, we'll be having our virtual spectator system in operation as well throughout the game. We'll be picking up the work rate of John McCain of Australia and Sulman Bakri of Indonesia. They both play in central midfield. Craig Foster and Les Murray will be analysing their work rate throughout the game. Here Australia trying to launch the first attack of this international. Luke Wiltshire down the right-hand side. Support from Brett Emerton. Their covering was Bakri. Expect him to get through a lot of work during this 90 minutes.
The result was a positive one. It's always better than not. These guys all have something to prove tonight. Certainly the likes of McCain, Milicevic, senior debut. Great to see him back after a long-term injuries for the last 3 years.
Well, that's a careless pass by John McCain, and Indonesia are away here through Ilham. It's Ilham and a good stop by Kalac. And the follow-up, fortunately for the Socceroos, goes behind for a goal kick.
Just to repeat the Iraq match the other night. First time they get into the half, they get through the Socceroo defence very, very early in the match. It was Ilham who was able to break through. Socceroo defenders nowhere near him on that occasion. First strike wasn't bad. Kalac did well, held his ground. Didn't go to ground too early. It's a fairly easy save in the end. Certainly early warning signs from the Indonesians.
Maybe a few nerves from John McCain. It is his first start for the Socceroos. No, it's not his first cap. Play in Western Australia. There's Peter Withe, the Indonesian coach. 2 Tiger Cups with Thailand. Of course, he got to the final in 2004, where his team were beaten by Singapore.
Move from the Australians going forward.
Second corner of the night. Both for Australia. Green and Gold Army behind the goal. Urge the national team on. Anderson's outswinger. There's the Blackburn Rovers, number 7 again. Stojovski in space. Good effort too.
Well worth a goal from there. Indonesians had a little bit too much space on the edge of the box. Ball comes inside from Emerton. It's a turn on the right. Sharpy strike with the left to the near post. Sure, Frank Farina would have liked to see both Chipperfield and Emerton take up some more wide positions than they did. Inside a lot. Didn't provide any width. Certainly weren't getting the fullbacks forward. Not really getting any crosses.
Craig Moore. Ante Milicic, good turn. Helped on its way towards Stajovski. Oh, now that was a late challenge. No penalty, says the referee. And to Miller Stajovski's credit, he didn't argue.
No, it hasn't appealed. Well, it's a very, very good decision.
So Abbas Cunha won a little short. There's Milicevic joining in with the attack, or rather, there's nobody up in support with him. It's Lubo Milicevic into the side netting. Well, wouldn't that have been a dream debut?
Absolutely. What a good passage of play that is. Twice he's been on the ball, once defensively and once offensively, and both times he's looked very, very comfortable. This occasion came forward, showed good composure, played a couple of 1-2s, played into space.
Forced into the first change of the night. I'm sure it's rather earlier than he would have liked to. His main goal getter, Ilham, has lasted just 11 or 12 minutes. Well, this was the incident that led to that cut. I think it was the back of the head, Lubo Milicevic. Although the aforementioned Emerton Ortizan challenging for the header, it's fallen for Wiltshire. Now Emerton. White shirts around him, still Emerton. In the end, just had too many men to beat.
Play by Wiltshire, lovely run.
To the D. Then Indonesia have everybody, bar Kurniawan, back behind the ball. Lazaridis decides to go the direct route, down to the touchline. Gets past the defender, the header by Milicic! Ante Milicic! 24 minutes gone in Perth. And Ante Milicic finds the net for the Socceroos. The credit goes to Stan Lazaridis. Got past his man, picked out his man, and Ante Milicic found the back of the net with a precise header.
Well, Stan Lazaridis, he sensed the defender was too close to him. He knew he had the pace on him, and he has whipped in a quite superb cross. Curling away from goal, you'll see here, wraps the left boot around it. Just coming back. What a lovely climb by Ante Milicic. That's his area, that's his space in the 18-yard box. That's where he wants to be. He needs service. It's Stan Lazaridis who's provided it. Beautiful header to the far post. Tucks it in the top corner. Australia done what they set out to do. Got in behind Indonesia. Taken up a good position.
That's a nice little flick by Bakri. Here's Ortizan. Oh, now almost an own goal. Off the boot of Craig Moore, I think.
That's what Milicic doesn't want. Comes from defence to his head.
Kurniawan. Touched by Bakri. Finds Firman Utina. Has a try from an awful long way out. Here the Indonesians in the crowd getting excited. Peter Witt, of course, knows this area very well, has a house here. It's a good ball too, and here's Stajovski. Great save by Hendron. Well, that was a fantastic reflex stop by the keeper. It was a decent height for him. Stajovski has made one or two of those runs. Another good ball by Tony Vidmar to pick him out.
Very good ball.
Had 10 stitches in that head wound during the break. So it's no surprise. Had to be replaced. Socceroos corner. Popovic was up there, and it's got into the back of the net. And Ante Milicic takes the credit. It's his second goal of the night. It's Australia's second goal of the night. And finally, they have some breathing space.
This is a well-struck corner. We spoke in the first half about the height advantage. Something that you really have to press home. It was a very good delivery. Just out around the penalty spot. Popovic climbed, and there was really no challenge on him. There's two defenders, of course. He's always going to win this ball, Milicic, as he always does. Just loves that space 4 yards out from goal. Takes up a good position in front of the keeper. Just need a touch from there. Keeps it around him.
There's Lucas Neal, left back for the Socceroos. Aimless ball. It's managed to find its way through to Ahmed Elrich. It's deceived the defender. Elrich's pace takes it away towards Strilic. Match 3 for Australia. Ahmed Elrich, the provider. And David Strilic knocks home his 20th international goal for the Socceroos.
Strilic get on the score sheet once again for Australia. A good ball as well from Elrich. Read the situation well, set his full back up, dragged it across his body, put himself in a position to make a cross. Instead of fizzing it around the defenders, he's just cut it square into the path of Strilic. Pretty good first touch under pressure. Ball around waist high, needed to be controlled, did it well. From there, there's always going to be a strike on goal.